Okay, I have the mic on, so we're going to do a little audio and visual Squarespace tutorial. Um, okay, so for all you wondering how to move around images on Squarespace, and this is just basic 101 stuff, how to change the template in here to make it full screen. I forgot which one I'm using. It might be York, but it does not come with this. It comes with like this kind of format. But in here, the picture's way smaller, and they have like a background solid color that matches. So let's just look at, okay, let's first look at this page. If you want to have the squares kind of like touching each other in the picture full bleed, all you do is you make sure you're on this page first, the page you want to edit. You go to Home, and then Design, Style Editor. It's going to load. And then, I mean, this all looks kind of confusing. Like, I mean, it's kind of easy. Like, it lights up what it's going to change. But I would just rather click right on what I want to change. So if you just click that, then this on the left moves around. Okay, so layout. I want to go into crop image. I have that on. If I have it off, that's what it does. It makes it tiny, and that's what the template does. So if you click it on, it crops it to the size of the box. Okay, so this this title of your project doesn't just come like that. It was really hard to read before, so what you do here is you just go to, okay, image opacity is 100. Okay, that's right. Hover, this is where you go. Image hover opacity is 10. Because when you hover, it has to lighten, so you could see this, the contrast. If the hover is more than 10, like 85, you hover, it doesn't lighten anymore. So you can't really read that. All right, so let's bring that back to 10. Okay. Auto color background. I mean, that was for this. So if you uncheck that and check this, it matches your background. Well, it's not really doing it here. Oh, it kind of is. It matches your background to whatever the edge of your picture is. So this edge is gray, so that's gray. I guess this is like a cream or like a grayish cream color. Everything else I made the edge white except this. This is gray because it's picking up this edge and making a solid color automatically. I mean, I just don't think that looks good, so at least for what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn that off and turn that back on. And then, okay, so then item background color. Don't really know. Oh, you know what? That is, let's change it. Okay, I think that's when you, when you hover. I think it should say hover color. So when you hover, that's what that is. And because the type is gray on the hover right here, I wanted something that's contrasting that, and that would be like a white almost. So how do I get back? Okay, okay, click that. If you click this again, you get back to this. So just click what you want to change, and then this will adjust so you could change it. I think I was like over here somewhere. Oops. Okay, let's click that. Yeah, great. Okay, perfect. Then save. And then that should be it. No, I think I did one more thing. Title spacing, text alignment. Could have sworn okay. I think that I went into, what's this? Yeah. I think I made sure these were like extra tight around each other, like no padding or spacing in between the images. Alternate widths, you could see. It's kind of like, it changes up the widths. I mean, that's fine. I guess it's not that bad in this situation, but I just didn't, for me, I didn't want to give any preference to any projects. Shoot, I actually don't mind it. Anyway, whatever you're doing, like if you need to use this, great. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep everything kind of equal size so that everything on here has like an equal importance. I think I just kept everything else the same. Okay, so I'm going to go to I'm going to go back to design. So that's how to change the home page, just in Style Editor. Keep going to Home. Now let's just do a quick layout. Pages. So these are all my pages. If you want to make a new page, I find that it's most easy to customize when you do a project than a gallery or a page. You could add your own stuff into all these, but it was just almost impossible to make it do what I wanted unless I was in project. Because these two have templates associated with it from York, or whichever one I'm using. And it kind of puts in this banner video on top, right behind this title that looks, I mean, it just looks really bad because you can't, there's no contrast and you can't read it. So I just use project all the time when I create a new one. You're going to have to delete other stuff down here in order to, but this is not linked, so it's not going to show up. In order to make, you have like 20 projects max. Okay, so let's go to, I mean, we could go here. Pet adoption? Let's go here. Okay, so your initial image you could just drop up in here, and then it'll be the first one you see. In order to change the stuff on top, you can't just if you click it, it won't let you edit it. Like you could edit this, or you could hit edit, but it actually doesn't work. That's kind of annoying. So you edit it, not intuitive at all, through here. You click this gear, and then that's where you can type in, can I move this? I guess not. That's where you could type in the project name and then the description. And all this stuff will, I mean, I'm not going to save it because it will just appear here because that's what the template shows you. Okay, then next, here you can keep dropping images in here, but it just doesn't allow you to customize it too much. It just falls into the template view. So I just put the main one in this area, and then everything else after that image, you go under it. And I just hit like add a footer. You'll see like a little, if I go to edit, this is what pops up. If you do this, you can just hit, you keep adding stuff to here. So what this is I added 2 text boxes here. And all you have to do is if you go, just wait until the hand pops up, and you can drag this. And don't just let it go anywhere. See where that little black line is, because it will go either to the left of everything, just to the left of the spacer. Here you can put it above if you just drop it. This is a spacer I added. You can delete that. I'll show you how to put it back. Let's delete this one. Oops. Okay, so this is how the type looks when you just do this, like text. If you hit that, it will start to type it in the template that it wants to type it in from what you choose, but I just usually go to hitting 3. It's a lot easier to read. It's kind of the size of the medium posts, which I think is so easy on the eyes. Just opinions right now, so yeah, I'll delete that. Okay, so how to get this to be in a layout that's right next to each other. All you do is you wait until the hand pops up. So not yet. Just go like up here. And you have to be out of edit mode. You can't like be, actually no, I think you can. No, you just kind of click out of this first. Make that box go away. Okay, now the hand. Okay, that's, oh no, why is that attached to research? Crap. Okay, hang on, let's just see what happens. It's not good actually. Okay. Don't want to drop it here, just drop it there because it's next to the height of this text box, this black line here. Don't drop it in that square. It kind of puts it into this type box, and just keep it where the line is. Okay, drop it there. I did not want this to be attached to the box, so that's annoying. So what I'm going to do is just copy it, cut it, and then I'm going to do just a brand new text window, and then paste it. Great. Make sure it's like center aligned. And now that's its own text box. Right? You can move that around. It's not attached to this one or this one. But I still want my spacers back in. I don't like the type edge to edge. It's just a little bit harder to read, I think. You know, there's too many lines across, so all you do is you might be able to put a spacer on that line. I usually just go the full length. Go to spacer. Bring it only to the line that is the height of the text box. And then you could just kind of bring in that spacer to make it tiny. Add another one to the other side. And then bring that down just to there. I know it looks scary, right? You just pull that. Now this is off balance. It's not center aligned, so all you do is you pull that so they're equidistant, whatever you want. You could either put a spacer above this. This is kind of tight, or you could just add a space. And that's pretty cool for me. Now another thing that I think looks pretty great. Let me see a good example. All right, this for example, what I think looks pretty great. Sure, this is cropped a little bit. That's okay. But it looks really nice when the edges and the bottom are all one dimension. They're all like the same dimension. And the way you do that is, I do a gallery. Let's see, design. Okay, I did a grid. Grids really help rather than just, so you can either do a grid or you can just go right in like this and hit image. I don't really like that because if you add a bunch of images in and then drag them across, they're all different sizes and it just looks bad. It's not like clean against the bottom and the top. So just go to grid usually. And then that's what I did. Well, you hit that. And then, so they have, if you go to design, they have this ratio. You could change the ratio to whatever you think looks great, or like whatever crops your images the least for what you're showing. They have 3 images in a row, and they just have a ton of images in here, but you could add your own images. I'll just go back to what I did. Let's toss this. Okay, so this, if you go to edit, and you notice I have captions down here. The way you do that, it's pretty easy and not intuitive at all. You don't go to edit. That does like the lightness of the video, the picture. You know, like it can lighten this up or make it black and white or whatever. So we're not going to do that. The caption is this little sunshine. So here it is. This is what the first one says here. Just type that in, hit save. And then you could just put captions for everything if you want. And then when you go back to design, I have it cropped on this one just because it fit the content that I was showing the best. It's more of a horizontal. And then crop images, yes. 'Cause if you don't, let's see what happens. It just, like the spacing's kind of off and it looks, right? Like, oh my god, this doesn't look good. So make sure the crop is on. And then make the ratio for whatever you're showing. Make sure that it shows as much of it as it can. I have 3 images in a row. You know, you could have 2. That looks like this, and then you would scroll down to see the third. I just kept 3. You know, I don't know. Just keep it short. Keep it on one line. Padding is easy. You know, you just how much space is around it. And you know that doesn't even look bad. Shoot, that doesn't look bad. I'm just gonna keep. What is it, 20? 20 is fine, still works. Lightbox, I recommend this only because I've heard a lot of people in interviews say, I can't see anything, I can't see any details. Lightboxes, you can see what it does now, but if you hit this, when you click that on the computer, it will pop up. I'll show you in a second. So let's hit apply. Okay, and if we hit save, okay, that's an example of the lightbox. Let's just open this all the way up. I clicked it, and it popped up. There it is, right? If you don't have lightbox, people are going to have to squint and try to read all this tiny, tiny information. They won't be happy. And this, you could have like an animating carousel. Let's see. I mean, I might have said enough already, but let's just see what this is called. Edit. So if we just go, so these are 2 images that I put up, and they're just kind of like animating between both. Go to design.